Living room conversation.
If you're live in a room, isn't it a living room?
Howdy everyone, welcome back to Living Room Conversations. My name is Joshua Fields Milburn.
And I am Ryan Nicodemus, and together we are the Minimalists.
And we have a question today from Scott. So Scott wants to know, are you guys happier now with less?
Man.
And so there are a few words in here that stand out. Happier.
Yeah.
Now, which I guess means with respect to before.
Yeah.
We were both 37 years old. We first started having less, which is the third word that stands out to me, right around the time we were about to turn 30. We're both in our late 20s, sort of at the apex of the corporate world.
Yes.
And our main focus at the time, at that now, which is the past, was more.
Yeah.
Because more would bring happiness. And I think for many people embracing minimalism, the hope is that less will bring happiness. And to me, I think it's asking the wrong question.
Yeah.
I think that happiness is not the point.
Yeah.
The point is really, am I living a meaningful life?
Yeah, because if you think about, happiness, I mean, dude, we were chasing happiness, especially when we were in the corporate world.
Absolutely.
And we probably attained it every once in a while, right?
In that moment, just for a second.
Right.
But then when you get to that bit of happiness, it's like, what is the next thing?
Right.
I'm hungry for more. I'm ready for more. I'm anticipating more. And that anticipatory nature of consumption, of consumerism, leads to this pall of discontent, of shame, of displeasure, of the wrong kind of desire.
Yeah.
And thinking we're going to fulfill ourselves, feel that significance or that joy or that satisfaction or that sense of fulfillment through the acquisition of things, as if there's this certain void that we're trying to fill. And we think that if I just put a few more things into this void, but that void just grows larger as it's elastic almost.
Yeah.
And we start shoving things into the void, hoping that, the next thing right around the corner is going to make me happy.
Yeah, I think even with the question of, are you happier? I mean, that seems like, that's what's on everyone's mind. Like, how can I be happier? How can I wake up every day ecstatic? I used to think, the point of life, it's to be happy. And I think happiness might be a bit of a misnomer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be something that we constantly chase, we constantly aim for. But, as we've been going through this journey, I've realized like happiness is, it's a byproduct of living a meaningful life. It's not the end goal. It's not an end destination. So, are we happier now that we have less? Well, we live a very meaningful life now.
Yeah.
And by having less, by focusing on staying debt-free, by focusing on not bringing in a lot of clutter, by living a deliberate life, I mean, certainly we've been able to, by default, live a more meaningful life. And because of that, yes, happiness is certainly a byproduct of living a meaningful life.
So I guess to reframe what you're saying here is, if we're constantly pursuing more for the sake of having more, that's not going to make us happy. If we're constantly pursuing less, that's not going to make you happy either. That deprivation isn't the key to happiness. What the key for us is, what the point of all of this is removing that which is superfluous from our lives.
Yeah.
Getting the excess out of the way. I mean, we're here in my living room right now in Los Angeles, and it's not like I don't own things. And if I got rid of this coffee table that's in front of us, I'm not going to get 1% happier.
Right.
If I get rid of this couch, I'm not going to be 10% happier or whatever. The truth is that the things I surround myself with now, they serve a purpose or they bring me joy, and they don't get in the way of what a more meaningful life is to me. And so for me, that means aligning today's actions, what I do today, what I do in the now, the current now, does that align with the person I want to be? And if so, that is a meaningful life, and happiness is a beautiful byproduct of that.
Yeah. So, the question is, are you happier now with less? Are we happier now? Sure, we are happier now, but it's not just because we got rid of things. Yeah. We're happier now because we make good decisions with the resources that we have.
What we fill our life with. All right, y'all, if you have questions for these living room conversations, you can leave it below and in the comments. We're happy to answer as many of these as we possibly can. Ryan and I just come in here and my living room or his living room, and we answer your questions. And if you like our answers, then you could subscribe to the YouTube channel if you'd like. All right, y'all, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
The Minimalists.